There we go.
You know, yes, you know what that whistle
Turn that
means? It's
damn
final.
whistle off. There we go. I'm
You
getting
know what
wild
that
tonight,
whistle?
boys.
Yeah, you know what that means? It's final whistle time on a Saturday night and a late night Saturday, early Sunday morning. But we are here. We're here to talk about all things that happened today in college football. Alabama beats Missouri. Georgia gets some questionable calls. We'll talk about that. Is UCLA, did they find their Prince Charming? And a certain bet will be paid tonight as well, with some hot sauce being drunk from this styrofoam cup because a certain Maryland team beat Nebraska. We'll get to all that and so much more tonight. And we will talk about the Red River rivalry, of course, and we'll give our halfway through the season looks and who we think could be playoff teams, all that good stuff, all right here. Here, of course, it's Sports Talk with Austin. I could not do this without my partner in crime, the one that makes it all go, the Batman to my Robin, Jackson Johnson from the Jacksonian. Jackson, what a day in college football we had. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just having some fun. Oh,
Yes.
it's been a wild Saturday.
Yes. But Jackson, let's start with the Thursday games, shall we?
Oh,
Kennesaw State dominated Louisiana Tech. Good for them. Do you have anything nice you'd like to say to them, Jackson?
good win for Kennesaw State. Next, I'm just kidding.
Tulane Jackson wins an Eaker over East
Humongous
Carolina, and
win
what was a
over
pretty good?
East Carolina.
Yes, yes. Good win for Tulane, and their hopes for the group of four, group of five, whatever you like to call it, playoff hopes are very much still intact. Jackson, your mom's alma mater didn't let us down. Good for
Yep.
Mama
Especially
Johnson.
when the young man named Garrison Rippa made that humongous game-winning field goal.
Jacksonville State, good win, and you made Jackson's mom proud. That's what we love.
There we
Um,
go.
Southern Miss Jackson wins a thriller over Georgia Southern. Yes. Yes, and Skate Rat says, be careful with that hot sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings blazing sauce had me gasping. That was a daring bet you did, sir. Yes, Skate Rat. And I will drink the hot sauce when we get to. And yes, Trojan
Damn
Fight,
pressed me
Jackson will answer
tonight.
that question when we get there.
We'll get there.
Yes. And Trojan Fight, I picked USC and you didn't let me down. Thank you. Go ahead, though, Jackson. Go ahead.
Southern Miss looked pretty good on Thursday night, but
They did. They won a shootout. Good for them. But they played Georgia Southern. Friday,
yep.
Jackson, South Florida. Woo-wee. South Florida trying to put any doubts of them being a good team, they're trying to put it to bed. What an offensive display for them, Jackson. Were we too hasty to throw South Florida out?
No, I never threw South Florida. I never gave up on them.
I did for a minute. But good win for South Florida. Happy for them. Jackson, is Washington the real deal in the Big Ten? Or is this a
They're looking
byproduct
that
of them
way.
playing a bad Rutgers?
Looking that way.
Jackson Rutgers, they're in danger of missing a bowl game. And the shocker Friday night.
28-point underdogs win by 28. Oh my God.
Go figure, Jackson. It's college football. Go figure. But those were Thursday and Friday's winners, and we did Wednesdays. So let's go back up here to the toppy top. Do a quick update here. 42-10, Utah all over Arizona State. In Utah, Jackson, no Sam Levitt. Sun Devils are struggling. What do you think of this?
That's what we were afraid of. That's what we were afraid of.
San Diego State looking good. Hawaii trailing by 7. BYU wins a
Oh my
thriller.
god, that was a humongous win by Bear Botmeyer and the BYU Cougars. I mean, Arizona,
Yes,
I mean, that nighttime desert battle from Arizona, it's ugh, they're scary, man. I tell you.
yes,
And
yes.
it was a good thing
Jackson
BYU
B.
won a tight one. And Austin,
Mhm.
remember when we talked about BYU in the preseason and you were like, Retzlaff is not there. It's really bad for you and Darrell both were kind of questioning my thoughts about BYU. Like when I said
Yes.
BYU is going to be, and it was understandably so. Like I thought y'all were right to. You know, it's like I agree with it, but it was like look at everything else besides the quarterback. That's what I said about BYU, and they're looking pretty
Well,
good thus far.
Jackson. Well, Jackson, and a lot of the critiques was BYU was winning a lot of close football games too. That's the thing. They kind of reminded me of the Minnesota Vikings, Jackson. The year the Vikings were winning all those tight ones. Typically, if you win football games in that fashion, the next year it flips on luck on your head. And so far, BYU has still been able to keep winning these games, which is good for them. But Jackson, there was a lot of people that were out on BYU. Like you were one of the very few that were still had stock in them. Like a lot of people left them for dead. Um, it's a great win, Jackson. I mean, in the state the way the Big 12 is, I think BYU might be the front runner with Texas Tech if they could keep playing this way. This was a gutsy, gritty
Um,
win in the desert.
Yeah, the BYU Utah matchup is going to be fun that Saturday night. Oh my god, I wish it was on rivalry week, but you know what? It is what it is. They're having it played mid October. I'm just happy that BYU Utah's back on an annual basis. I'm playing Peanuts music over it, ladies and gentlemen.
But great win for BYU. Gutsy road win. Good for them. Troy wins a thriller, Jackson. Got any nice words to say about Troy?
Nice win. I'm always going to have nice things to say about my in-state teams, good buddy.
Um, Boise took care of business. Good for
And their home
Boise.
winning streak just keeps on going.
Yes. All right, here we go, Jackson. Here's the meat and potatoes of what we're going to talk about.
Oh, there we go.
Illinois, Ohio State, Jackson. Me and you had difference of opinions on this game. I thought it would be a blowout and would be worse, and you thought Illinois could get 20 points on them, and you thought it'd be a bit of a closer game. We were kind of, Jackson, I wouldn't say either of us were really right or wrong on this. There was moments where Ohio State was dominating, and there was moments where Illinois showed a little life. But I
Did you
will say
see
this though,
that
Jackson.
play where the punter had his knee down on that one play?
Yes. Yes.
I think that changed things. That was a turn. That played a part in Illinois losing for sure.
Jackson, it's one of them. I think you need better situational awareness. You have to realize I understand when punters catch the ball, they want it low so they can get a good kick on it because if you kick it high, then it's hard to sometimes kick it. But you got to be careful when you catch it low and not let your knee hit it. There was another one today where it was almost the same thing. Um, but I want to say this though, Jackson. Ohio State's offense, it doesn't scare me, Jackson. Like, is it just me, Jackson, or are they winning off the back of their defenses right now?
Oh, Buckeyes are definitely winning the back off the back of their defenses, man.
Because Jackson, is it just me, or does Ohio State's offense not scare you? And I mean that, like, I'm not trying to start nothing, but they just don't scare me. They're not hitting their explosives yet. And it's just like we're almost 8 weeks, we'll be 8 weeks in the season. Ohio State, where's this explosive team that you normally have?
Oh yeah. I think they're just kind of saving up their energy for Michigan, honestly.
You think they're saving some of it for Penn State?
Oh yeah. I mean they're gonna swing their area a little bit with Penn State.
Watch Penn State win that game, Jackson, just to mess with us all.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to drink a Chick-fil-A honey mustard off a sauce cup if that happens.
You'll be
Not
paying up your
not
debt.
not just on Only Talk Sports, but I'll be doing that on here.
Uh, hey, that's the thing
I mean
too,
that's
though.
a
But
no-no to be doing that on air, but at the same time, it's like I just don't think Penn State beats Ohio State. I mean, that
hey,
team is
eventually.
hell. Ugh.
But Jackson, what are your overall thoughts? Like, I want to hear your thoughts on this because you were excited
You know,
for this game.
Illinois is still fighting for a shot to be the fourth best team in the Big Ten. And as for Ohio State, they're still number one in the land of college football. But we're gonna definitely see what happens against Wisconsin. I mean, I'm sure they'll let Wisconsin have some pity points next week, but that's it really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But good win by Ohio State. What?
yeah, yeah, they're playing Wisconsin. I thought I had a game wrong for a moment.
But good win for Ohio State, Jackson. The champs are doing what champs do. They went to Champaign, they won the Turtle, and here we are. Jackson, I owe some. I'm gonna be eating a lot of crow and drinking a lot of things tonight. I owe Indiana a major apology, Jackson. On the road in Eugene, Oregon, the Indiana Hoosiers, without a doubt, Jackson, erased all doubt tonight. They are an elite team, Jackson. There is no more questioning if Indiana's legitimate or not. I, like Jackson, after this win over Oregon, listen, I know we could say a lot of things, Jackson, but for anybody that's doubting Indiana, including myself, we can't anymore
No.
because they just beat the number 3 team in the country and a team in Oregon. A lot of people think is one of the best in the Big Ten, if not the country. And Indiana just beat them by double digits on their field. I mean, I want to say this, Jackson. I'm starting to believe in Signetti. I believe it's real because Jackson. What was the biggest thing that everyone critiqued Indiana about? What was the biggest thing?
Whether they could win the big ones on the road. But
Steve said, "Oh my." um, Steve, hopefully you stick around long enough to see me drink the hot sauce cup bet I lost. If you remember
hmm.
that.
Well, we'll
But
get to that game in a little bit, but this was, I believe, this is the first time in school history that Indiana has won on the road against a top 5 team.
yes. And here's the thing, too, Jackson. Like I said, if there's anybody that has any doubters left about Indiana, no more. Jackson, even if they lose to Penn State in a couple weeks, this win here defines this defines everything about Indiana, Jackson. They beat the number 3 team in the country, and they beat a really good Oregon team. Jackson, I'm going to say something that may shock people, but I think Signetti and Indiana, they might win the Big Ten. I'm being
Yeah,
serious.
well, honestly, I don't think that would be that surprising, honestly. Um, Steve, I believe Indiana will retain Sid Nettie because Sid Nettie is 64 years old. He is not going
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. I think Sid Nettie wants to build a winner at Indy. He's not going to be hopping for another job. He's like Danny Glover on Lethal Weapon going, I'm too old for this shit.
But we have a better and Rough Rider return. Thank you for being here as always, Rough Rider, and Steve and Skate Rat who was here, Night and Trojan Fight, and to everybody that is here with us on the late night. We appreciate you hanging around. He said we have a better understanding of why Indiana defeated Illinois so handily. Yes, we do. And you want to know something, Jackson? Mendoza threw that pick six, right, and made it 2020. And I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, here we go. Mendoza throws a pick six. I'm like, okay, here's where Oregon puts their foot on the throats. I'm like, okay, here we go. And then Mendoza takes them on that long drive, Jackson, and they go right down and they hit Strat in the left corner of the end zone for the score. And I'm thinking 27-20, and then Dante Moore gets picked off. And I'm like, Indiana's really going to win this. And Jackson, what did I text you after Indiana scored that final field goal? I said, WTF, OMG, Indiana's actually going to win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I thought I would never see Indiana beat Oregon in Eugene in my lifetime, but here we are.
Well, got some
And this
winners, man.
and small town Republican says it's a shame it took this long for Sinead to get a P4 job. What do you think about that, Jackson?
I know, right? It's a crying shame that took that long. It shouldn't.
Jackson, he builds winners.
I know, right?
Jackson, I can't say anything any bad to all of our Indiana people, to Jeffrey, to our Indiana guys at the Voice of College Football, to any Indiana fans
Bradley
that watch.
Loomis and Alec Keyser.
Yes. I'm going to say right now, I can't say nothing about Indiana anymore. I have no reason to doubt you guys anymore. Jackson, what would you like to say to the Indiana fans? Because you've been a little harsh on them too. Not as much as I have. But what would you like to say to them?
I've
Because you've been a
got
little harsh.
nothing. I wasn't sure whether they could win the big one on the road, but I'm like, you know what? They have. I mean, I will knock on them about their non-con schedules, like, and every now and again, but it's like now's not the time. But it's like Indiana's not blue blood, so it's like I don't knock on them that much about their non-con, but they keep winning like this. That will eventually increase from me. Just know that. But I will say I am loving what this Indiana team's been bringing. They are everybody's sweethearts in this country, as well as they should be.
And Small Town Republic says biggest Indiana win ever.
Absolutely. It's bigger than the 1987 win over Ohio State.
Jackson, this might be a program defining victory. Even if Indiana loses to Penn State, State loses in the first round of the playoffs, recruits are going to see this, Jackson, and be like, hey, I can go play football in Indiana, and I'll be playing for a winner now. And I don't have to worry about going 6-6 and hopefully making a bowl game. I'll be playing for a playoff spot. And Steve says, maybe Oregon isn't as good. Also, not taken away from Indiana. Okay.
Well,
what do you think about that, Jack?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, honestly.
The offense, Jackson, looked bad, but the defense looked good today. Maybe that Jackson, I thought with 2 weeks to prepare, Dan Lanning. Oh gosh, Clintmo says, "Hey Oregon, who's your daddy?" Oh goodness. I just don't know, Jackson. I mean, I thought with 2 weeks to prepare, Oregon would be a little bit better. I hope the Penn State victory didn't go to their head. I hope the fact that college game day going to Eugene didn't get to their head.
Honestly,
I'm hoping that we don't hear.
I don't think it did. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to go as far as say this. It'll be the first time since 1967 that we will see Indiana win a Big Ten title in college football. They have proven that much to me today. And, oh, man, we got West Virginia Undertaker saying, it's a shame West Virginia didn't hire Sid Nettie. His dad coached my father-in-law at West Virginia. I enjoy seeing you, Jackson. You're everywhere, man. LOL. Well, I appreciate the comments. Austin appreciates we all appreciate the comments. It's nice meeting you, West Virginia Undertaker. It is not. I don't know if I've seen you before, but if you have commented on the show before, let me know, because I see a lot of faces these days.
So real fast, Jackson, West Virginia Undertaker. Are we talking the Undertaker, the professional wrestler? Because if we are, we might be good friends. I love some
I
professional
think
wrestling.
it's pretty cool that his dad Kurt Sidney's dad coached his father-in-law at West Virginia. Like, that's so cool, man.
I'm more amused with this Undertaker thing because I want to know if that's the Undertaker he named himself after. But if that is, that's pretty cool. But this is cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clint makes a good point. Indiana wanted more something Nike money can't buy.
Old Frank
That's
Frank
true.
Sidney. I think that's who he's talking about. Frank Sidney, Kurt's dad.
Who's your name? Who's your daddy? Oh gosh. Indiana was today. But great win for Indiana Jackson. Um, as for Oregon, where do they go from here, Jackson? Now they have one loss.
They'll be
They're
fine.
obviously,
They're not Iowa
yeah.
State. Relax. No worries. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. No
You
panicking.
still think they can make the Big Ten title game?
Oh yeah. All they have to do is win out. But even if they don't make it to the Big Ten title, with an 11-1 record, they'll be fine. They're in the playoffs. Because honestly,
So they would have.
if you're in the Big Ten or in the SEC, you make the conference title, you're in the playoffs. Whereas, like, unfortunately for the ACC or the Big 12, it's not that. But if you win the
So
Big 12,
Jackson,
mhm.
mhm. I'm just gonna add real quick. If they go 9-3, do they still make the playoffs,
No.
or does it get slippery? It
You
gets
go 9
slippery.
and 3, you're out. You better have a really good
Really?
win in your back pocket. You bet, because I mean, Oklahoma State is not going to help you. I mean, Oregon State's not helping you. Penn State's not helping you. Northwestern's not helping you. I mean, ugh. I mean, who'd have thought looking back at Oregon's schedule, we'd be sitting there going, "Oh, Northwestern's their best win." That's bad. That is bad.
And Steve says Indiana exposed Dante Moore.
Oh, they'll make
Ooh,
Rutgers and Wisconsin look like hell.
poor. Um, yeah, Jackson. I think today Signetti and the defensive coordinator for Indiana kind of gave everyone a blueprint how you slow Dante Moore in this Oregon offense down. They kind of gave you a blueprint for it. If you could cut all those
And
screens and stuff out, Oregon,
The Hoosiers
like
for the
like
win.
because like the screen game, Jackson was non-existent today. You take that out, Oregon's offense, they kind of don't know what to do. They're kind of just like, what do I do? Like normally we set it up with the screen and then everything comes open. Um, so I mean we'll see next week against Rutgers. And as for Indiana, they got Michigan State. In Signetti's history, Jackson, they haven't let big wins go over their head, but they haven't had a big win like this.
Well,
So
when
we'll
you
see how
look
they
at,
come.
when you look at somebody like Kurt Sidnetti, he's not gonna let the big wins go over there. I mean, bro had a resting bitch face when Indiana was leading 63-10 over Illinois. You really think he's gonna let this big win go over their head? No, he's not like that. He'll be all right. The team will be all right. It really, like, what you want to do is always look at the attitude. That's always the key right there.
And Steve says, where will you rank Indiana? They're top five, but where at? You've got Ohio State, Miami, Jackson's Indiana going to be in the top three tomorrow?
They should be. I mean, they've earned it. I mean, they've earned that right to be. I mean, but before we get to Washington State Ole Miss, I want to look at West Virginia Undertaker's comment where he talks about Frank Signetti Sr. succeeded Bowden as the Mountaineers head coach in 1976 and coached him through the 79 season. Also, I'm not the Undertaker, just one of many.
The Undertaker. Oh, he's talking about. Are you talking
Mhm.
about them Undertakers like at funerals? Okay, my apologies. My apologies if that's what you were talking about. Um,
And then
yeah.
after the Sid and Eddie era was the Don Nealon era, then the Rich Rod era, the first stint of it.
Mhm. And Clint Moses, great segue. But congrats to Indiana, fantastic win. My doubts, anything I say about Indiana now will be nothing but positive. I will believe more in Indiana now. They shut me up. Um, this is a great comment to segue to this in Jackson.
Wazoo cooped it against Old Piss.
Jackson, what did I tell you on Wednesday? I said watch Washington State give Ole Miss the game of the
I
day.
gotta stop
And what did
doubting, man. I tell you what, I need to just be like, okay, um, you know what, Austin's right. I'll okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, because
hold on,
it's
Jackson. Let me give my bookie. Hey, you book me a flight to Vegas. Get a ticket for Jackson. We're going to a bet on some game.
oh my god.
Seriously, Jackson, we should go to Vegas because anytime I tell these things, it seems to come to fruition. But what do you think, Jackson? Was this just Ole Miss off the bye, kind of laggy?
Nobody
What do you
brings
think?
their A game against Washington State. I mean, that's the thing, though. Uh, Watch them bring their A game against Georgia next week. Watch them do that because they will.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a good win for Ole Miss. Don't get me wrong, because they needed a kind of a push, so to speak, a little push. But they're lucky Washington State was incompetent, or else they would have lost this game. But good win for Ole Miss. Got anything else you want to say on this, Jackson?
Well, I just want to say, sad to see Washington State lost this one, but happy to see Ole Miss pulling it out though. Because I'm gonna be honest, I want an Alabama Ole Miss SEC title game. I do.
That'd be fun.
Oh man.
Jackson, Billy Napier ruined his goodwill. He's back on the hot seat.
Oh, he's a dead
We,
man walking.
so
He can't
Jackson,
win on
I
the
mean,
road. That's the thing. He can't. His teams can't win the big games on the road. They never can. Oh, but they can pull a rabbit out their butt in a big one. I mean, at home, but that's it. God,
Jackson, are we ready to admit Mike Elko and Texas A&M could win the SEC?
I don't. Let's talk about that when Texas A&M beats LSU at Baton Rouge. I'm afraid
Okay.
we can't, good buddy. I'm afraid we can't. Sorry, Rough Rider.
Jackson, for him, we could skip over it. For him, we'll make a pass. Um, but good win for Texas A&M. And as for Florida, back on the hot seat, Billy Napier goes Jackson, and they got to go to Mississippi State next weekend. So good luck with
Florida State, which we'll definitely get to Florida State later in the show. But
that.
oh man, mm.
Jackson. Oh, go ahead.
The Red River rivalry today. I mean, Texas is basically showed they're back in national title contention. They are back in playoff contention with this win. It was a
I
much
picked
needed
Texas
win.
on Wednesday.
I know,
Go ahead.
but that was
No,
a
no, no,
huge
no, no,
win
no,
for
no,
the
no.
Longhorns. But the Oklahoma
I'm gonna be like
Sooners.
Kirby Smart. Hold on. Steve said I picked Arch in Texas. Y'all tried to sell that the fraud bin. Whoa, Steve. No, 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 no. Aim that at Jackson. Because Jackson down here was telling me, oh, John Mateer, Andy Arbuckle, he's an offensive genius.
Ben Arbuckle.
Ben Arbuckle, whatever his name is. It was Jackson down here selling you the bill of goods. I was with Texas the whole way. Go watch
Don't
the
throw the
tape.
card in.
Pull the tape.
Don't throw the card in before the horse, and don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Because How
All
many
right,
times have you
Jackson.
seen the loser of the Red River rivalry go off to do better things during the season? Like, how many times
Thank
has
you.
Oklahoma done this in our lifetime? I mean, like, they lost the Red River rivalry 2006. They get their ass handed to them by Texas, but then they later win the Big 12. 2008, they lose
Here's the thing.
55-45. They win the Big 12 South
One difference.
Division. 2015, they lost a terrible, horrible Texas team. What happens? They went out the rest of the way, win the Big 12. I'm not saying it's gonna be like that in the SC, but I'm just saying, just because you lose the Red River rivalry does not mean, oh, your season's over. I mean, if your season's not over, if you lose to Auburn in the Iron Bowl as Alabama, or if Ohio State loses to Michigan in the game 4 years in a row, but yet makes a big playoff run, your season is certainly not over if you're Oklahoma losing to Texas in the regular season. I mean, Oklahoma fans have seen this millions of times. I mean, Oklahoma's going to rebound
But
nicely.
Jackson, I don't mean this to sound rude, but did you watch the game today?
I did. I did.
Did you see how awful they looked?
Well, yeah, John Mateer's not 100%.
Jackson, if he's not 100%, then he shouldn't be trotting out there then. That's no
I know.
excuse. Jackson, Oklahoma's offense is not very good. Like when they play a
Yeah,
competent defense,
relax. They're gonna look good against
Jackson,
South Carolina.
When they
Okay,
play a
so what's your
competent
record
defense,
prediction for Oklahoma because of this? Let tell me
eight and
that.
four. 8-4.
And who? I mean, you got Alabama's the one loss, okay, but who are your other two losses because of it?
They're going to lose to LSU
No,
because
they're not.
that defense is going to eat that
LSU is going to get
offense for
LSU
breakfast.
can't score more than 20 points. They can't score that much.
Here's the thing, Jackson. They don't need to because the LSU
Yes, they
defense is going
do.
to
Yes,
hound
they
Oklahoma.
are. Oklahoma's gonna chew them up like a chicken nugget. I'm telling you.
Jackson, just like I said in the preseason, Oklahoma's 8-4. They have a great defense, but their offense, eventually, when they play someone that actually knows what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball, exposes them. And Texas knows what they're doing. They have the studs for it. They're gonna get beat by LSU.
All right. Okay. How
Jackson,
about
you can
this? How about this? If Oklahoma goes 8-4 because of this game, I will send you $40. I'll send you $40, my guy. What
okay,
what are you
Jackson.
gonna do if Oklahoma goes 10-2 or goes 11-1 or does like 10-2 or better?
9-3.
What are you gonna do? They go 10-2 or better, good buddy.
I tell you what, Jackson, I'll make you make this. If you send me 40, I'll spend that $40 on whatever you would like me to. I'll let you choose how that $40. I mean, not $40. I will spend the $40 you were going to send me out of my own pocket, and I will spend it on whatever you like me. So if you want it to be a jersey, you want it to be merch, I'll spend it on that, and I'll wear it on the show, or
All
I'll
right.
drink whatever you want me to buy with it.
All right, man.
See, even Steve's with me on this. So you heard it here first, folks. At 1:51 on October 12th, Jackson said if Oklahoma does not go better than 8-4 off this result, he will send me $40. And if Oklahoma Double J Bayless.
Oh, don't
no.
say that. Don't. I am nothing like Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless a turd. I make sure I don't act like a turd.
Small Town Republic says OU loses.
Okay,
road
they'll
games
lose to Bama, but they will obliterate Tennessee. I think they're gonna beat South Carolina, probably in a tight one, but they'll beat South Carolina. That I can promise.
But if Oklahoma doesn't go 8-4, the $40 Jackson was going to give to me, I will spend the 40 out of my pocket, and Jackson can pick anything for me to buy. Anything he wants. It could be from anything from food merch, anything he likes, and I will buy it and I will promote it on the show or wear it or eat it. Whatever Jackson deems necessary if Oklahoma goes better than 8-4.
Well,
But
I'll be letting you know what I'm wanting.
and it'll be in your court. But Jackson, unfortunately for you, you will be owing me $40 when this is over with.
Oh man, that's gonna be funny.
But,
Oh my god.
but Jackson, good win for Texas though. I am glad.
Absolutely, because Texas needed this, and all that crap about Arch Manning being overhyped. I mean, I think that's just horse dung. Honestly, it's horse dung. I mean, he's a kid, Like, it's like, what'd you think was gonna happen? But I mean, he did have a good game. 21 of 27 completed passes, 166 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, no worries, Steve. I know it's all good fun. It's all good. I always like having fun with you guys as well in the chat. But
Mhm.
yeah, a much needed win for the Longhorns. And the road gets a little bit easier because they're dealing with a Kentucky team who is not even supposed to be here today. Mississippi State is basically a pretender, unfortunately. Vanderbilt, they got to win that one, of course. But then the real tests are in November. Georgia and Texas A&M and Arkansas. I mean, I know Arkansas is not a test, but it's because of it being a rivalry. And Arkansas is going to bring their A game. And the week before rivalry week is a sloppy slate. So watch for some shenanigans to happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, here's the thing, Jackson. For Texas, this is what the doctor ordered, so to speak. This is what the doctor ordered. They needed this after losing to Florida and having a couple of rough games. But like you said, Arch is still a young man, just like we are, Jackson. We're young men. We all make mistakes. We all say stupid things or we do things that we shouldn't.
Yeah.
But
But it's all out good
Jackson,
love,
that
man.
defense, but Jackson, the Texas defense, we
Oh
made
God, they
Oklahoma look
annihilated.
pedestrian.
They freaking annihilated Oklahoma today.
Yes, they did. Like they made Oklahoma look pedestrian on offense. I mean, Jackson and Texas, they've only got one SEC loss, so they're still very much in this thing for the title race. And even if for Jackson, even if they lose one more, if they go 9-3, they'll probably still make the playoffs. I think because I don't see them leaving a 9-3 Texas out. I could be wrong, but what do you think?
Well, I think you're gonna see Texas and Oklahoma do all right. Obviously, uh, the SEC. It's gonna be interesting to see where things stand, and it just seems to me that I think like Texas and Oklahoma are both better than Tennessee, honestly. And I'll go as far as say that I could see Texas beating Georgia when it gets to November 15th. Although it'll be in Athens, it's just Georgia's looking pretty sloppy right now. But don't be surprised if Georgia pulls a rabbit out their hat on that one. And we all know the
We'll get to that.
rabbits out their hat and what I
We'll get
mean.
We'll get to that, Jackson. But great win for Texas, though. Oklahoma, we'll see what the future holds for them. They got South Carolina next weekend, and they got some big games coming down the road. Um, Alabama, Jackson wins a thriller in Missouri, and Jackson, I think that Missouri answered a lot of questions today of whether. Oh, applause.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah, there's
Alabama
some
gets an
sound
applause.
effects in StreamYard that we can now add. Fourth wall break.
Oh,
Yep.
but Jackson, Missouri, I think proved to a lot of people today they can hang with some of the best SEC teams. But since this is your team, good buddy, take it away. What'd you
Oh
see from the
man,
Crimson Tide?
Simpson. Oh my God, he had some huge throws today. Clutch throws in today's matchup against Missouri. an LT Overton, as I said in the Alabama Missouri post game show on Alabama The Voice College Football. I mean, player of the game on defense, put a ton of pressure on Bo Perbula, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a great game, and it hurts not having Jam Miller, and it hurt big time. When he got hurt in the fourth quarter. I hope he's all right, but I'm just like, get some rest, son. Rest a few
Mm-hmm.
weeks. Rest a few weeks if you have to. You
Mm-hmm.
busted your ass for the Crimson Tide. The Crimson Tide will bust their ass for you. I can guarantee. I mean, Kevin Riley, Daniel Hill, uh, Dre Washington, Richard Young. They're all going to step up for you. We promise you that. And Ty Simpson's got more trust in his instincts. So and
Mm-hmm.
Horton and Williams and Bernard and Cuevas, they're going to step it up for you. That I can promise you for sure. And how about that 3rd and 11? Like Justin Jefferson was moving on up by making that stop on Missouri, and the fake
Mm-hmm.
punt that Missouri was making, stopped them short.
Jackson. One thing I noticed that 4th and 8, Jackson. I know this is being an armchair quarterback, but Jackson, a 4th and 8. Like, tell me you weren't a little nervous when you saw the offense go back out there. A 4th and 8. I can understand fourth and like 3, 2, 1. I can get that, but a 4th and 8, that's almost a full 10 yards you have to get.
No,
I
because
mean,
honestly, I'm like, Ty Simpson's got this. I know he's going to do the right thing. I know he's got more trust in himself now. He's got more confidence in himself than he did in week 1. And you can see the improvements he's made. You can see the improvements this Alabama offense has made, that the defense has made. I mean, the defense was clutch. I mean, that clutch
the pick
interception
at
by
the end.
Dijon Lee. My
Jackson, I thought he was
God.
going to Jackson, I thought he was going to drop it at first because it looked like Purdue put a little heat behind it. I thought when I saw him catching, I was like, how did he hold on to that? Because he hit him right in the chest, I know. But when you have such velocity coming at you, I thought, oh, he's going to drop this. No, he caught it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, Jackson, the defense for Bama, for anyone that gave Bama a lot of flack for their defense, no more. They've won the game the last 2 weeks for this team. Next week gets Tennessee, third Saturday in October. Here we go. That's going to be the real test of where we find ourselves with both teams. But good win for Alabama. Good win. And Small Town Republican said, "Is the world ready for a Texas Tech Indiana national title game? Are we talking football or
It's a
basketball?
possibility. I think he means
Are we talking?
college football.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
Well, we'll say, it's a possibility. Speaking of which, perfect
Jackson,
segue.
yes, Texas Tech Jackson looking good. They're 6-0, 3-0. They haven't looked bad yet. Jackson, is Texas Tech and BYU on a collision course for the Big 12 championship? I think it's a possibility at this point.
We're
I mean, no
gonna
one else has
find
been
out
able.
after BYU Utah, and we're gonna know more about that in the rest of October.
I mean, Jackson, who
He did.
picked Kansas?
He picked Kansas.
No, I picked Texas Tech. Didn't I?
Nah,
Yeah, I
you
picked Tech.
went with Kansas, I'm afraid.
No, I went Texas Tech, Jackson. Don't you be diffusing me here. I went Texas Tech, right? Yeah, I did.
I
Okay,
went
this
with
is your.
Texas Tech. Well, I did. I warned you about Kansas hype. I'm like, you gonna get disappointed.
That's where you got Kansas from, Jackson, because I said I'm falling in love with Kansas like you did. It's like
Mhm.
Jackson when you meet a beautiful girl and your heart gets full and you're happy. That's what Kansas is. They're that beautiful girl you're falling in love with, but you know you got no chance that they're gonna let you down. That's what Kansas is. Um, but good win for Texas Tech. Um, Here we go, Jackson. Let's talk about it because I know
Oh,
you're dying to talk about this.
those Georgia
Georgia,
Bulldogs. They got
they
lucky as
did,
hell.
Jackson, they did it again. They beat
Ugh.
Auburn again. Jackson, I don't like being that guy, but this was a very controversial football game, to say the least. Was that a timeout or was that clapping? Was that a fumble before he crossed the goal line? Jackson, it seemed like a lot of things went Georgia's way tonight. Like they had an angel watching them. What do you think?
Oh, more like an angel with a bunch of Ben Franklins. So that's what it feels like. But in all seriousness, like that touchdown that was called back for Auburn, I mean, it's like, no, that was a touchdown. It's like you got Bama defending Auburn. That's how bad this game was officiated. You got Bama people defending Auburn. That's how bad this game was. My
Mm-hmm.
God.
And small town Republican, who is an Auburn fan, says as an Auburn fan, it was the OU game all over again.
Now you
I
know
mean,
what
Jack,
it's like to be Georgia Tech from last year because it's like Georgia Tech got screwed out of that game against Georgia.
Jackson, and here's the thing: we knew going into this, we knew Georgia was going to win this game. Me and you even both said it. Auburn never wins this game hardly. They haven't won since 2017, since the miracle of Jordan Hare. Um,
And they haven't won in Athens, which they will be playing in Athens next year, since
uh,
2005, months after
well,
YouTube was founded.
well, Jackson, Auburn can already take mark on their schedule next year. L for that.
Yeah, I'm
But
afraid so.
yeah, Jackson, they were up 10-0. They were playing really good football too. And I legit was watching, believing to myself, I'm like, hold on. Auburn might actually do this. We might have not given them enough credit. And then that happened. That call happened. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And then Georgia. Ugh. And I'm like, and then Jackson, once Georgia got up by 10, I'm like, here we go. Georgia's got it in hand. Auburn, once again, Jackson made me believe a little bit. I thought they had it. I thought they could have had it.
Well, they got screwed in this one. My God.
And unfortunately, Jackson, did you see the antics Kirby Smart was pulling? Getting up on the medical table, riling up his fan
Oh,
base.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's like okay
Jackson,
to get up on something, but not a medical table. Like, dude, you're a grown man. Like, hey, break it up, son.
like
Get off that table.
Jackson, I get it. He was hyped. He was excited. But my gosh. Um,
I will see you soon, Steve. You stay safe, stay warm. It's cold out, man.
See you Wednesday, Steve, and I will be completing the bet here shortly, so y'all can go back and watch that. Um, but yeah, good win for Georgia Jackson. Anything else you want to say about this?
We're seeing a hotter seat for Hugh Freeze eventually, but I feel like they could win against Missouri next Saturday. Who knows?
And small town Republican says Kirby could tell the refs he wants his timeouts back. What a joke. I
Ugh.
mean, yeah, that kind of infuriated me too. I'm like, really?
Kirby Smart's a bitch.
Yeah, this game all around
Yeah.
Jackson just had a bad aura around it. Like it literally felt like it was Auburn versus the Zebras and Georgia. It felt like it was a handicap match out there. And this was a Jordan Hare too, Jackson. You
Mhm.
know how sad that is that this was a home game for Auburn. They couldn't even get the referees on their side because then it would upset precious Georgia. We can't have Georgia lose 2 games yet because it'll be bad for
Mm.
business. Because Jackson and Georgia's
Oh, that
4-2.
should
That's
be
bad.
good for business. Give Sean McDonough a reason to throw his puberty voice. He's not gonna get
But
excited over
Jackson,
Georgia.
but then college game day won't go to Texas, Georgia in a couple
I
weeks.
don't
And that's gonna
care. I don't. I don't care if College Game Day goes to Timbuktu. I don't care.
But Jackson, that's what this is all about. College Game Day wants to go to Georgia,
God,
Texas, and they can't do that if they have 2 or 3 losses because then
yeah,
Jackson
fuck
will look
them.
like biased.
So let College
But they're
Game Day
trying to
go
make it look like
and actually get the teams of the guest pickers right. I mean, Theo Vaughn does not represent Alabama football. No
he
offense,
did
Theo.
that day.
No, he didn't. I mean, I've not heard. I mean, I know like Theo Vaughn has had uh Roll Tide Willie on, but that
Mhm.
doesn't automatically mean that he's the definition of Alabama. I mean, go back to having Joe Namath like you did in 2014 for Iron Bowl week, or get like I don't know. Hmm. I mean, there's always
Nate
some,
Oates,
huh?
Nate Oates, the basketball coach,
Yeah, that's a good one.
or get Jalen Waddle
Yeah,
from the Dolphins. I mean, if
exactly,
there's a lot of people you could pick from Jackson, Mrs. Terry, you can always welcome her back.
exactly, and pay attention to who has a bye week in the NFL. Their College Game Day. Just because Theo
Jackson,
Vaughn looks like an Alabama fan doesn't mean he is one. Just joking, Jets. No worries, small town republic. It's all good. Oh
but
man,
but Jackson, back to our games here at hand. LSU Jackson got it
there's
done
been a
off the
lot of
bye.
20-10 games in the SEC, and
Yep. LSU's defense, Jackson got it done. Um,
their
Nussmeyer
offense,
coming.
I'm not sure about what was going on with their
Mm,
offense.
eh. Good win for LSU though, Jackson. Good win for the Tigers. South Carolina is just overrated as overrated gets right now.
I
Too
mean,
much
Jeffrey
preseason hype.
Jeffrey had only taught sports, warned everybody. South Carolina disappoints when everybody talks about them.
Well, Jackson, if you go back to our preseason predictions, you had them 9-3. I had them 8-4. So it wasn't like we were too high on them either.
Yeah.
Jackson, the Bobby Hill Riz worked today. Tennessee survives the scare and gets revenge on Arkansas.
Oh, they
But
got their
Jackson, it
first
was
win
close.
against Arkansas since the Bush administration. It's like, ugh.
But good win for Tennessee. They got Bama next Saturday at night. Good win for them. Georgia Tech Jackson took care of Virginia Tech. Jackson, the Yellow Jackets might be the team to beat out in the ACC. Them and Miami. We might be on a collision course for that title game. Jackson, USC. I told you about the pesky Trojans, good buddy. I think
Oh,
they're for real this year. Jackson, how dare you pick against your great friend Matt Zimmick? He should be ashamed
no.
that you picked against his Trojans.
Oh, I didn't mean anything like that. It's just I'm worried about USC on how they were going to do in the big game. I'm worried like hell about it. But they showed me, if
They
anything, it's
got it done.
Michigan should be. But I mean, we know Michigan. They're gonna bring their 200% against Ohio State for sure. Uh,
Mhm.
man, like King Miller, like oh, he was the king of demons against Michigan today.
Mhm. Jackson, typically with Michigan, you can't run the ball against them. Today, USC, 158 yards, like you said with Miller, that was a Swiss cheese type defense. Lord have mercy.
God,
Jackson and Bryce Underwood, he's going through his slump, I think. Um, Jackson, Michigan, I'm not saying they're gonna miss the playoffs or they can't make the Big Ten title game. I ain't gonna go that far. But if they don't get it together, Jackson, they may be looking at an 8-4 season because Jackson, they can't generate anything. USC went up and down the field on them. It seemed like the whole game. The only thing that stood in USC's way was USC, in my opinion.
True.
I mean, this is a great win for USC Jackson, and next week they got Notre Dame. Great win. Speaking of Notre Dame, Jackson got it done. They're 4-2, Jackson. Big game against USC next weekend.
Yep. Put up or shut up
big,
time for a playoff spot.
Yes. And Jason O says UNM still has to play Ohio State. They ain't making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, but we know they're going to be getting their big win against Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that
Colorado stuns Iowa State. And I almost wanted to pick Colorado, but you kind of talked me off the ledge. Jackson, this is the Big 12 in one nutshell. If anybody can beat anybody on any given day. And for Iowa State, Jackson, their dreams of a Big 12 championship might be in dire straits if they don't get healthy soon.
They win out. Because next week they've got a bye week. They're going to sit and chill out.
Mm-hmm. But great win for Colorado. They kind of needed this, Jackson. Dion needed this, and it's good for the morale. He needed this. Jackson, Pittsburgh with the stunner of the day, besides Oregon, Indiana. One of the stunners of the day, Pittsburgh and Pat Narduzzi stuns Florida State and Tallahassee. And Jackson, is it time to have a conversation that maybe Florida State was just a little too overhyped on their Bama win? Are they
one-hit wonder? Certainly. That unfortunately, it's basically Florida State is a one-hit wonder. Especially, I mean, you look good in week 1, but you threw the cart in before the horse let it get to your head. And that's what happened with the Florida State Seminoles. And right now, man, it's not good. It is not
Jackson,
good.
you
basically knocked yourself out of conference title contention, and you obviously do not have a shot at the playoffs.
Oh, real quick, Jackson. Let's give a 10-second pause of silence to Jackson's dream of Miami, Florida State for the AC title game. Let's give a 10-second pause. Thank you. Okay. Now that
it's actually 4 seconds, but that's okay. Who's counting?
Yes. But yeah, Jackson. The more Florida State loses, Jackson, the worse it's going to look on you guys. So, Jackson, as a Bama fan, are you nervous now? Because this could come back to bite you all.
No, because I don't think everybody's really thinking about the Alabama-Florida State game anymore like they did weeks ago.
Ooh, this is kind of, I wouldn't say a shot, but Jackson, read that. I think this is more
the Noles
for you.
Just beat a piss poor team in week 1. They aren't standing up to the real competition, sadly. Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
Jackson, what do you think? Was Bama a P4 team week 1?
Yep.
I mean, but Jackson, Pittsburgh.
But
what do you think about this, Jack? That's true. That's true. But Jackson, I will say this: is Mike Norvell on a hot seat?
Keep losing like this, you are. I mean, did you really think beating Alabama is gonna save your ass? Like, dude, no, that's a no, man.
But Jackson, great win for Pitt. Great win.
Oh my God, great win. I mean, you got your QB, Mason Hot still like that damn name. I swear, Mason Hotshell. I mean, are we ready to see? Because I mean, it's been clear. Like they were after that Louisville loss and West Virginia loss, they're like, okay, we need to make a change at QB. And so far, that's
He looked
working out.
really good.
Are
He
we
looked
ready to
really
say
good today.
Pitt could have a say in some playoff hopes? And I mean, ACC
Maybe
title hopes? I mean, I don't want to throw the cart in before the horse, but it's looking like
Jackson.
they could come
Maybe
out of nowhere.
Jackson. I could see a world where we could see that. Speaking, Jackson, of having a say, believe it or not, Jackson, UCLA is very much alive for the Big Ten championship. They've won 2 in a row.
That's scary to think about, really. I mean, Jerry Neuheisel's doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
And if he
And
gets this team to a bowl game, that honestly
Jackson,
shows me.
scrap bowl game. Jackson, everything they ever want on the table still. As bad as it's gone, they can still make the Big Ten title game because they've only got one conference loss. Think about that, Jackson. An
Oh, yeah.
8-4 UCLA team is still alive to make the Big Ten title game and go to Indy because they would have to win out, of course. But think about this, Jackson. They would have beaten
Congratulations, UCLA. I will not talk smack about you not being on Nick Jr. Michigan State, your games will be on Nick Jr. now.
Mm-hmm. And just like 1-2 says, UCLA controls their own destiny in the Big Ten. Yes, they do. And Jackson, who would have thought this a couple weeks ago? But Jackson, is UCLA going to be the best story in college football? Go from 0-4 to 8-4 and a possible playoff
Don't get
bid?
too hyped up yet. Don't get too hyped up yet. You got the rest of October, good buddy.
Jackson, I'm a sucker for good stories, if you can tell.
Yes, you are.
Love a good comeback story. But as for Michigan State, though, Jackson.
Don't let yourself get mortified.
Yes, that's true. Jackson, what the hell was this with Michigan State? What the hell
I think
was
Jonathan
this?
Smith is questioning his life choices by not waiting for that Washington job, in my opinion.
Yes. But good win for UCLA. SMU, Jackson, got it done against the tree. Good for them. Now, shoot. Your host for the ACC is still very much in front of you, SMU. Cincinnati, Jackson wins a rugged one at home.
And
Cincinnati's
looking pretty good. Like, you're right. They are looking good, especially Brendan Sorsby.
Yes, Jason. That's why Jackson said, settle down. Jackson, calm me down before I got myself hyped up. He's controlling the chaos here. Don't worry.
That's what I'm here for, to calm him down. It's like there you go. Calm down. It's treat.
Jackson's just like, oh boy, I know you like a good comeback story, but let's settle down.
Senor.
I settle down. But Jackson, Cincinnati, they could have a say in going to the Big 12 title game. They're undefeated in Big 12 play. What do you think about that?
There's a lot of football left to play.
Mm-hmm. Jackson, Houston, they're very much in the Big 12 play. They got a dominant victory over Oklahoma State today. Good for them. James Madison.
Oklahoma State's trash. They just want this year to be over with.
That's true. James Madison got it done. Army, Miami, Ohio, Bowling Green, good for them. Over Toledo. Kent State won a classic, Jackson. Oh boy, here we go.
Go to hell, Penn State. Go straight to hell, Penn State. You suck. You suck.
Northwestern with one of the biggest upsets of the season. Penn State has lost 2 in a row, Jackson, and they lost to dumpster fires.
I knew the hype. They were way too freaking overhyped. I never bought into it. Yes. Louder. You suck, Penn State, you jackasses.
But Jackson, how does this happen? I can understand going across town to UCLA and getting beat. I get it. Sometimes the travel gets to people. We're all human. But you were at home, Penn State. You were 21.5-point favorites. How do you let Northwestern, a 7-5 team at best, beat you? How do you let that win. What is wrong with you?
What
Take it
that
away,
Penn
Jack.
State team has is failure to communicate.
I mean, Jackson, one of team worse. Drew Aller's out for the year.
Uh-huh.
Drew Aller's gonna miss the rest of the year. Jackson, is Penn State gonna miss a bowl game?
I think their game
Or
should
am
be
I being too
relegated on Nick Jr. at this point. I mean, it's I've
Jackson?
been
Please tell me I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater by saying they're gonna miss a bowl game. Please
no,
tell me.
no, no. You have a reasonable concern. Like, is James Franklin keeping his job after this season? Are we going to see the buyout get negotiated down? Because I think it should. Let's be real here, folks. I mean, Iowa is
This
going to be like Iowa, man. Jesus. Like Iowa,
here's the
Ohio
thing.
State, and Indiana are going to take turns beating the shit out of Penn State.
This right here, Jackson. Did that Oregon loss break you that bad, Penn State? Like, I'm being dead serious. Did it break you that bad that you let UCLA and Northwestern look like Big Ten contenders against you? What the? Go ahead, Jackson. I apologize. This is pissing me off.
It should, because I mean, like a lot of people bought into the hype of Penn State, but a lot of people, which I understand why they say there shouldn't be preseason rankings, but I'm in the minority saying this, but I like preseason rankings because it tells us whether who's hyped up and who really isn't talked about a lot. Penn State was the talk of the town everywhere. This year was
People
their
picked them to
year.
win the whole
They're
thing.
finally going to win the Big Ten. They're finally going to win it all. Well, here's the thing, though. You're setting yourself up with disappointment with that crap. And unfortunately, they were.
Uh, Jackson, Penn State, this is a failure. I'm going to flat out say it, Jackson. This is a failure of a season. And Jackson, James Franklin, if he wasn't on a hot seat after last week, he's on one now. I don't know if he'll be fired or not. It's not for me to call for his job. But Jackson, I'm sure there's a lot of Penn State fans that want to leave him in the airplane and ship him off to Australia or something.
I mean, they don't want to
Because
be paying out $48 million. So it's going to get negotiated down quite a lot.
and Jason Snow says things are ugly in state college right now. Franklin and Penn State are likely to acknowledge a buyout at the end of the year.
Oh, they will. You know that's going to happen, good buddy. I promise you that.
But Jackson, good win for Northwestern, though. I mean, Jackson, here's the thing, Jackson. As much as we're ragging on Penn State, this is still a great win for Northwestern.
Huge.
Program
that's the first time since 2015 that it's happened that they've beaten Penn State, and it's the third time in school history that they've beaten Penn State in state college. Now, let me find. There it is. The other two times were in 2004 and 2014.
I mean, this is a good win for David Ron and Northwestern, and they have one loss in the Big Ten, Jack. And we're about to talk about this game. Thanks a lot, Maryland. We'll get to that.
Ready to drink that hot sauce? Bottoms up.
Hold on, Jack. Hold on. Good win for Northwestern. All right. Jackson, since you're the victor, refresh people on what our bet was.
Well, we made a bet on Wednesday night that if Maryland was to win, I would give Austin $20. But if Nebraska won, he would be drinking a hot sauce out of a cup.
And there it is. And I have to drink it now. And I can't have a chaser either until after 5 minutes has gone by to make it fair. Jackson, down the hatch, I guess.
Yep, down the hatchet. Well, so Nebraska, this is the first time since 2022 that they have won by a double-digit comeback against Maryland, against anybody in the world of college football. And Maryland, once again, comes up short, as always. Oh my God. This is too funny.
Whew. It's not gone yet.
Yep. So, I mean, like Maryland, like good. I don't think I'm gonna get through this segment without having a good time. Like,
Woo! Gone.
yep. Make sure you got plenty of water, man. Agreed, Jason. Malik Washington's great. But the thing is about Maryland with Mike Lotzley, it was the same thing with Taluya Tagovailoa. Magic. But the rest? No. Just a disaster. Like, great start, disastrous end.
Hey, listen here, Dave. I love you, but I'll change my mind, okay? I'm a wimp a little bit here. But Jackson, are you happy now?
Very.
Jackson, just remind me never to bet with Maryland, okay?
Will do. If it makes you feel better, what I'll do at some point is, like we'll make some bet involving me, like having like little Cholula, chipotle sauce.
But as y'all can see, the hot sauce is empty. I ate it all, and the bet's paid for.
There we go.
I'm a man of my word. Whatever I say.
And guys like us always make sure we pay off our bets. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen.
So I paid off my debt. And now to this game, if I have anything left. Maryland, what the hell was that? Like, seriously. Like, Jackson, why in the world do I always get this way with certain teams? I thought this was the year Maryland finally has a good quarterback. Malik Washington, he's played really good football. And then this.
Yeah, and the Simpsons are finally going to end, which, I mean, that doesn't happen. So I'll believe Maryland is a contender when I see the Simpsons ending on television.
Like, Jackson, this is, I mean, and like Jason O said, Nebraska's running back had an incredible game. He did. He balled today. But Jackson, it just Maryland's defense. What was that? Let them down. Let them down. Like, that was pitiful. Like, I just don't know what to think anymore, to be honest with you. Jackson, I mean, and I'm kind of lost for words because everything's hit me all at once with this hot sauce. I mean, do you have anything to say on this, Jackson? Because I'm pissed at Maryland. I don't want to go off anymore.
Can Nebraska build this into a 9-win season or a 10-win season? That's going to be the question there. We'll know more on that after next Friday against Minnesota on Fox Sports 1.
Jackson, Wake Forest beat Oregon State. Officially, Jackson, Oregon State's bowl season dreams is over.
This is terrible. Oregon State sucks, man.
Jackson, you know what they always say, right? It's not over till the fat lady sings. Well, the fat lady sung today. Oregon State
And she
cannot
sat her
fold.
butt down.
I mean, Jackson, because even if they won 5 straight, Jackson, they don't even have the ARQ, whatever that number is, of what it's called. They wouldn't have that even to be bowl eligible if there wasn't enough teams, correct?
Hmm. Unless they've got a good APR record.
Do they? Do they have a good one?
I don't think so. Not for
Okay.
not from last year anyway.
Okay. So it's official. Oregon State's time of death is
Hmm.
Saturday, October 11th at approximately, let's say, about 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 5 Central on the CW. Um, a good win for Wade, Jackson. Good win for Wade.
TCU
Um,
looked like a pretender, but Kansas State rebounded nicely after that depressing loss to Baylor.
Jackson, Kansas State does this. I was gonna pick Kansas State with you, and I knew deep down, I was like, Kansas State's gonna win this game, aren't they? Aren't they? They're gonna win this game and screw it up for everybody. And here we are. I should have known. Should have known. That's all me. That's all me. And like you said, Jackson, TCU might be a pretender. UNLV Jackson
Another
won a
unbeaten. Nice. App State beating up Georgia State.
Marshall,
Marshall. Western
Western
Michigan. Oh
Michigan,
wow, nice. Oh, Navy had a nice.
Navy.
Nice.
Navy's still unbeaten. Jackson, the rivalry you were looking forward to. How do you like that rivalry?
Yeah.
No.
Luke Fickle is getting fired, unfortunately.
Jackson, I have one thing to say to you right now about this rivalry. It's okay though, Jackson. I'll applaud for you. But yeah, Jackson.
Same for you, give buddy. There we go.
Oh, for doing the hot sauce. Jason was right. Navy's actually, I think Navy's 6-0, aren't they? Your Navy's 6-0 now, Jason. No, they're 6-0. Wyoming Jackson getting it done. Coastal. Minnesota beats Purdue. No look ahead to Ohio. I mean, not Ohio State. No look ahead for
look
Minnesota.
ahead to Nebraska.
Yes. Clemson looking good again, but against a pitiful Boston College.
That team is
Jackson,
hell.
I'm sure Bill O'Brien's wondering why he left a good OC position. And then of course UTSA. So that was week 7. Next week we've got a lot of good games to look forward to.
We've got USC Notre Dame, Alabama, Tennessee, BYU, Utah. We've got some top-notch rivalry games next week.
Yes. And Jackson, do we know where game day is going next week?
Don't know and don't care at the moment, but in all seriousness, genuinely I don't know. Let me see.
1-2 says BYU overcame Austin's voodoo curse on Wednesday night to remain undefeated. What voodoo curse did I put on 1-2? I just said going to the desert, especially at night's always a treacherous feat. That's all I said. Listen, I'm not a BYU disliker or anything. Like if BYU wins the Big 12 and wins a playoff game, I will be thrilled because it's good for the sport that BYU's winning. Like I was cheering on BYU. Yes, I know. Yes, I got it. Yes, I understand. I slept on BYU. Yes, I've done admitted that. I got it. I slept on them. It's on me. But we're all good though. But Jackson, like we said, next week we got some big games. And no, I'm not going to make any more bets. I don't want to drink another thing of hot sauce.
Well, no, we do have a we do have that ongoing bet of whether Oklahoma will go 8-4.
Yeah,
Where if Oklahoma goes 8-4, I gotta give $40 to Austin. But if Oklahoma does goes at least 10-2 or better, then he will spend $40 on something that I won or something. Uh,
on what
nine
you
and three,
choose.
9-3. I think we can consider that a draw. Really,
Okay. So if
we'll
Oklahoma
consider
goes
9-3 the draw. What do you think?
yes, 9-3, we'll call that the draw. Nobody won, nobody lost.
Yep,
Either 8-4 or 10-2. And 1-2
10-2
says
or
who?
better.
Yes. 1-2 says who is the class of the SEC?
Hmm. It's not Tennessee or LSU. That I can promise you.
Honestly, Jackson, I don't know if we have a definitive class of the SEC because you can make a case it's Bama, you can make a case it's Ole Miss, you can make a case it's Georgia. There's a couple
Texas
teams.
Tech, A&M, Oklahoma.
Yeah, you can make a case for them. Texas. I mean, there is really nobody head and shoulders that we can definitively tell you right now. 1-2 is better than everyone else in the conference. Like it's not like the Big 12 or the Big 10 or the ACC where we can definitively say, oh, in the Big 10 it's Ohio State and it's everyone else. In the SEC, it's not like that. Like there's more depth to it. And Clint Moses says, who is Oregon beat for real? Penn State.
Northwestern.
And
Ugh.
1-2 says that they're parity in the top of the P4 conferences. The SEC, there definitely is. There's like 6, 7 teams that could all be playoff teams, even teams that could win the whole thing. Like as much as people want to rag on it, LSU can win the whole thing. Tennessee could win the whole thing. They've got the talent to do it. Bama could win the whole thing. Oklahoma, even though I'm not a believer in them, Jackson thinks Oklahoma could be really good and maybe even win the whole thing. Georgia could win the whole thing. Where in the Big Ten, it's Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana, of course. Then after that, it's kind of like, and in the ACC, it's Miami, SMU, and then maybe Louisville, SMU, Louisville, Georgia Tech. Those 4 teams kind of in there. The Big 12 is BYU, Texas Tech, and maybe Arizona State, Utah. And he says, I mean, is the best of the ACC best of the on par with each other? Let's see. Okay. Let's see, Miami for the ACC. Big 12 will say Texas Tech. Big 10, Ohio State. For the SEC, we'll give it to Jackson's boys, Bama. Are those 4 teams on par with one another? What do you think, Jackson? Is Texas Tech, Miami, Ohio State, and Alabama all on par with one another?
Alabama beat the living snot. Well, no, they'll beat the living snot out of Texas Tech. Miami, that can be a tight one, but we know like Miami will bring their A game, but it's just Miami will bring their A game against Alabama. I just want to see if they'll bring their A game in a game no one's watching.
Like next week. Which speaking of
Well, everybody's
Alabama,
watching Miami Louisville. That's where you're wrong, good buddy. Everybody's gonna watch Miami Louisville.
I don't know about that. But speaking of
Oh, I am.
everyone watching, well, you are Jackson, but speaking of that, Jackson, speaking of Alabama, Alabama coming off a big win today, Jackson, big win today.
Yes.
And if people want to catch the post game with that and get a more in-depth celebratory victory, what you all were doing, Alabama, the voice of college football, was the place to be. And you can also get Tumblr merch as well to support Jackson, Jeffrey, and Coach Smook and all the causes. But Jackson, let the people know what they missed today if they were not there live.
Well, they can check out Jeffrey and I giving our take on the post game takeaways of the victory over Missouri. And it was a fantastic finish in Columbia, Missouri. And I can tell you right now, what you want to do is tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Poets about the magic that Jeffrey, Coach Smoot, and myself are bringing all right here on Alabama with the Voice College Football, including Mondays and Tuesdays editions of Crimson Tide Live and Tuesday night's editions of Primetime Live, where Tuesday night, Coach Smook and myself will be joined by Tucker Harlan and Jordan Bingley to discuss the Tennessee preview. All right there on Alabama with the Voice College Football. Let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a wild ride. And of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I am now 291 subs away from the magic number to 1,000. Thanks to all your help, ladies and gentlemen. And you can check out my latest episode of The Jacksonian with Gabriel Pickup from Rutgers at the Voice College Football and NBA rumors and news. All right there. And we talked a little bit about the Mets, the Jets, and I did a little smack talk about the U.S. government. On what part? That's where you tune in. But for more updates on what I've got going on the Jacksonian, Alabama with the Voice College Football, Jackson's World of College Football on Lockdown West Virginia, and the once, twice week calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show. Check me out on JacksonVOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and threads, Jackson Johnson 543-908. And of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 97 Blue Sky Social on Blue Sky, where my friend Mike Debate says, where the skies are blue. Some say the sky so gray, some say the skies are overcast, the skies are cloudy, and I say to each their own. All right there. I need to start. I need to post on there a little more, but it's like I've been forgetting to do that from time to time. But I've got other apps I need to start posting on again, but I've not had time to do that for some reason. But Austin, what magic are you cooking up on Sports Talk with Austin?
And so Jackson, hold on, let me put that up there. Get the banner back up. Obviously here I'll be having shorts going up in a minute from this show, and maybe even a video or two. Of course, you can catch us on Wednesday nights, and you can catch us on Saturdays as always. And we'll be doing our first Sunday show coming up here very soon. A final whistle, and of course you can find me on X as well, where I post daily things, where I'll repost things Jackson say. I'll post my own things on professional wrestling, and all that good stuff right there on my Twitter /X, whatever you prefer to call it. And of course, make sure you follow me here on YouTube. I'm getting close to 100 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Thank you guys to who have subscribed and who are gonna subscribe. You won't be disappointed. But Jackson, we're 7 weeks done with the season. Means we're at the halfway mark. Next week's the third Saturday in October. Bama, Tennessee. We got BYU, Utah, the Holy War. We got some games coming. Next week we'll be 8 weeks through. And Jackson, USC, Notre Dame. Next week's a big weekend of football. But until then, Jackson, there's only one thing we can do. Jackson, before we see the people next week, it's time. Yes, let's not forget, the conversation is now done. The whistle's been blown. The game is over. The talk is
Like,
over.
comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video from either of our channels whatsoever, and we will be seeing y'all soon.
Go Cards, everybody, and let's hit our theme music, Jackson. Hit it. We're at.